Welcome everybody to another great episode of Real Life Matters. Of course, I'm your host, DBoss, and I'm just encouraging the people that are watching, please stream the people's music that come on if they're musicians, and if they have brands, go support their brands, buy it, try it out to see if everything that they have works, if they have a novel, an author, because of course I get people from all over. So if you are a company brand artist, an entertainer, you have an event, you're welcome to come on to Real Life Matters, and you could just send me an email, media@dbossnetworks.com, and you could just reach out to me if you want to come on and display your stuff, because people get to do business when they get to know the owner, the entertainer, and they start to see their self. So this is a good way for you and your business to succeed. I've been talking the past couple of weeks about, laughing is healthy. So I'm encouraging people every 15 minutes, if you could laugh, you could, if you don't have anybody that you could laugh with, you could just find somebody, put something, a sitcom on, just sit and laugh. So it's what you put out is what you get back, because you don't want to be looking all stern. It helps to warm up your vocal cords. It helps, keep your abs toned. I'm not saying you can't have to stop the gym, but those things can help you. So, I just encouraging everybody to laugh, just laugh. It doesn't, that, and it takes off some years off of your life. So, how you look, you don't want to be looking old and stern and this and that. So make sure you laugh. But anyways, I just have one more health tip, and that's coming from one of our Vital Health and Rehab. So I'm just going to play them just briefly, and we'll be right back with our special guest.
Welcome to your Healthy Minute. I'm Joanne James, and today we're talking about exercise snacking. It's a fantastic way to incorporate physical activity into your day. And it looks like this, anywhere from 1 to 5 minutes. You can, when you're at work, go for a walk around the building, or you can take the stairs instead of the elevator. When you're at home, play with the kids, have an active game of tag. Or when you're watching TV during the commercial, stand, do some stretches, and then sit back down. There's always a way that you can incorporate exercise into your daily routine. So remember, try to take advantage of those moments during the day when you can actually stretch and feel better and feel energized. I'm Joanne James. This has been your Healthy Minute. I look forward to seeing you the next time. Take care.
Well, we're back, and thank you, Diane James, for that. And so take the advice and do. Everybody's looking to try to stay healthy, and things like that. Stand up in the commercial, get up, stretch. A lot of us watching Netflix and all the flicks and all the different places they watching the films, but get up during sometimes and just stretch a bit so you could feel better. Anyways, we got a real special guest, a legend out here today. And we're going to find out all about what he's doing. He's he's a bilingual, award-winning songwriter, fine artist, entrepreneur, holistic teacher, motivational life coach. And we are going to find out all about his journey in the music, everything that he's doing, and all the fun stuff, all the fun stuff. So with no further ado, I introduce to you KASS SMITH. There you are. How are you? KASS. Oh, well, you know what? I'm gonna play just a little commercial here, or a little thing here till he comes back with his internet. So we'll just take it from there.
Hi Richard, it's Mom. I'm just ringing just to tell you I love you. Have a good time. Take care. Just text us when you arrive. Let us know that you've arrived, and hope everything goes all right for you. Okay. All right. Speak to you later. Love you. Bye bye.
Greetings. Pour that music and whole life.
All right, here we're back here with Kass Smith. You're back here now? I think Kass Smith is his Wi-Fi is just a little bit slower, but we'll just give him a moment. But you know, in the meantime, this is somebody that we got to listen to and hear and all the rest with him here. So let's just take one more commercial break.
Several years we never touch one, way about away from.
All right, we're back here with Kass Smith.
I can hear you. I got it.
Good. So, it's a pleasure having you on. I know you just had a little bit of technical difficulties there, but it's okay. We got you.
You got it. I got the love.
All right. So, you know, everybody here at Real Life Matters like to know everybody what their cultural background is and where they come from. So can you let us know?
Originally from Jamaica. I was born in Montego Bay, Jamaica. I grew up in Jamaica. I went to school in Jamaica. And, you know, basically I've been living in Mexico right now for about 30 years. So it's been an interesting journey. You know, I did my first album I recorded in 1989. I've done several albums since, and the new album right now is on tour, was produced by Dean Fraser, and we're pushing it here in Mexico and Central and South America.
Okay, so you're bilingual. So what's the other language you speak?
Well, I speak English, Spanish fluently. And yeah, man, yeah, I've been here. Actually, I dream in Spanish. I think in Spanish now. So sometimes I go back to Jamaica and people talk to me in Patois. Oh, you sound so funny. Oh, your accent sounds so. Because you know it's been a long time in Mexico. I've been here since the 90s, from 1990. So I've been here, I say, by 33 years right now. So yeah, it's been a long time.
So I guess Mexico caught you in the moment then, so you just stayed.
Yeah, it came. Actually, I came to Mexico. I had done an album at that time with Benjamin, was the producer of that album, and I sent a demo of it to Capitol Records, and they said to me, the gentleman said, "If you learn to speak Spanish in 3 months, we will sign you." So I listened. That was September, and I learned enough Spanish to be able to record an album by December that year, and they signed me with Capitol Records. And I was signed with Capitol Records for quite some time. I opened for a lot of artists. At that time, it was like the Spice Girls. We did a lot of shows here in Mexico. Julio Iglesias, Paul Anka, and just a lot of major festivals in Mexico, Central and South America. And it's been uphill since.
Well, so greet your people in Spanish.
Pues un gusto estar con ustedes. Soy Kass Smith. Les mando saludos desde Puerto Vallarta, México. Gracias por toda la gente que está escuchando mi música. Está en Spotify, está en todas las redes. Lo pueden checar también en Instagram. Nos vemos muy pronto.
What? You see, people? He ain't lying.
Me tell you, say it fluent.
I knew you could speak it, but you know what? The viewers out there have to say, "Oh, you know, I don't believe this." You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a real yard, man. You know?
All right. So, can you tell everybody who you've worked with in the
geez. Well, this last album that we was produced by Dean Fraser and Mikey Bennett. I think it's one of the best albums I've done because it's called Journeys. You could check it out on all the platforms out there. It's called Journeys, and basically it speaks of my life. You know, basically what has happened to me over the years as an artist, as a father, as a developer. I do a lot of other stuff here as a holistic teacher and motivational coach. And basically, it has 16 songs on the album. I wrote 11 of them. The originals, and the others are some covers. We have some Spanish songs like Bésame Mucho, In Caso de Incendio, classics like Cuando Cuando. It's also done in reggae, but it's all reggae, you know, real yard style, lovers rock type reggae. And it has been accepted very well in Mexico, Central South America. I just came back from Puerto Rico, and we're opening tours in Africa for December. So it's been interesting. Who I've worked with, performed with, Kimani Marley, Rick Ross, been on the same stage with Lee Scratch Perry. Yeah, quite a few artists. So, big festivals, so you share stage with them. I just did a recording, 3 songs with DJ Playero. And DJ Playero is the producer for Daddy Yankee and Carol G. So that is going to come out in September. And it's all Spanish, all Spanish with a little dance hard yard twist to it. So yeah, it's been getting there.
All right. Yes, people, we're going to hear the songs in a minute. We got it. Okay. So, you've worked with so many artists and people. So who would you like to do a collaboration with that you haven't? And you can name 3.
Oh, geez, that's a good one. Barry Sama would be a nice one. Buju would be a nice one too. Buju, I think Buju has a lot of talent. However, he has to really make a crossover to the Latin market. And we are actually, my manager and his manager actually speaking with him right now in terms of the possibility of that. So that's a good one to actually go there. Other artists out there, as I would say, right, Barry and Buju would be the ones that are really, kind of push it, respecting the yard thing. I think we are at a very crucial stage as Jamaicans, them kind of teeth for music, if you know what I mean, So we have to get it back. The Latin market, I think, is the first place to start because the Latin market has been very faithful over the years. If you look at even the income of Latin reggaeton artists and you compare that to the top streaming reggae artists, it's a total different market completely in terms of financial gain and in terms of the volume that they manage. So the Latin producers have really been able to capture the market. They know the marketing and they do it very, very well. And I think as, real, true reggae artists, you have to actually be able to conquer the Latin market. And the only way to do that is to be able to do it in Spanish. So Kibaka Pyramid, you have seen, he has done this Grammy, but it's also important also to I think, cross over into the Latin market because it's a very faithful market. So I think that's where it should be going right now.
So that market is a faithful market, you're saying, right?
Totally. Very faithful. They buy the stuff, they download it, they pay for it. And you're talking about big concerts. I've done concerts here in Mexico. The biggest concert that I did, obviously with other artists, there were 63,000 people there.
Wow.
And yeah, this was like they do it. Some of these big brands, they go out and they do these major promotional tours, and they bring probably 20 or 30 artists. But that is the volume you're looking at. So when you speak of 50 or 60,000 people in one space, you're speaking at a total different economic control on the market. And that is a direction that I think, most promoters should be going right now in terms of doing collabs to be able to, really penetrate that market.
Okay. So what about the soca and the Afro beats?
Yeah, man. Yes, that's what I'm saying. So any one of those Afro beats and soca, but what I'm saying to do it also with Spanish. Right. So if you have a song and you have a hook line, ven conmigo, levanta las manos, mami, whatever words you can do like a hook line and it has a Spanish thing to it, it really can go into the market. I see Sean Paul doing it right now. I mean, that's good collab. But people respond to it. The Latin market is very responsive. Even if I have one line, where they say, levanta la mano, hasta la mano si tú estás gozando. They like the one thing them singing, and then this over and over again, and them say, well, they don't understand the rest because it's in patois. But that one line is what makes it very important.
Yeah, because Sean Paul did that one with the big singer there.
Right.
Yeah. And he did really well because it was, he was there. He looked like he was really hot wherever he was.
Yes, totally. So he might do film thing,
Yes. All right. So tell us about this Journeys song. How did you come up with that? And before we play it.
All right. Well, long time, I was in Mexico. Things at that time got really, really bad, emotionally, financially as well. I had parted with the recording company. I was having some little emotional stuff. My son was born, and at that time he had an accident, and just had to do major reconstructive facial surgery, and those things was tight and rough. So basically, yeah, it was a tough time. It was a very tough time. That song I wrote in 1998. I just released it, but I wrote it in 1998. And basically it says, It's been a long journey through the pages of time, you know. The mirror of my mind shows a barren land where the sun don't shine. And why hunger and white squall lit me, because, you know, I remember one time I did not eat for 3 days because, you know, because you never have the money. You know, a lot of people believe that, you know, at that time, 3 months before I was on all these major programs, you know, I'd performed on big programs like Siempre en Domingo with Televisa. I'd gone with the CNN Latino Live. But, you know, I was broke. And a lot of people don't understand that a lot of artists, you go on tour and it looks like it's a bed of roses, but financially it's tough, you know, because you're taking care of family and work and no money and coming and school fee, you have to pay and all that type of stuff, you know. So I wrote that song, and that song is called Journeys. It basically encompasses what I was feeling at that particular time. And a lot of people have gone through this, you know, but you focus on your dream and you just keep pushing forward, you know. So, yes.
All right. Well, here we go. Journeys by KASS
Bless up.
Smith.
Through the pages of time, the mirror of my mind shows a barren land where the sun don't shine. They've been fools around me to imprison my soul. The light that shoots from within me, these chains will never hold. Me say, way oh, na 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 na. 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 Hunger and starvation is the name of the day. Hungry children are starving while they throw tons of food away. Politics, bureaucracy, Babylon with the mental slavery. The blood of the innocent run deep in the river of despair. We sing way oh, na 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 na. 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 Way oh, na 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 na.
Well, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, bad. Yeah, man, a bad tune. Yeah, man, Dean Fraser produced that song. I wrote the music on it. And, you know, the funniest thing about it, they did that song in one take. They did that
One
song.
take.
One take, they did that song. You know, I written it and all the music, and I said, listen, these are the cars we're going to use with it. We're going to studio, and, you know, we recorded it at Grafton Studio in Vineyard Town, Jamaica. One take, them do that song there. And it was like just so powerful, you know?
So do you have the video for it yet or no?
No, not that one. I have the video. We're actually recording the video for that one, but we have the video for Room in My Father's House, which is another song that was written by Mikey Bennett. We have Ay Cosita Linda. We have Besame Mucho videos. And we're going to be doing Journey's video in the end of July this year. So, yes, we're going to release that one.
Well, we're going to be looking forward to it. So
Bless
tell
up.
us about Island Girl.
Well, that the one that kind of tough. so this is it now. We go. Island Girl is a really interesting tune. Basically, what had happened was that I was at university at the time, at University of the West Indies. I was doing my degree, and you know, you go university, you're young and you fall in love, and you believe you're falling in love, and things are going and stuff, you know. And I had a very, very close friend. You know, there was a relationship there at that time, very, very powerful, very, very strong. And then, you know, we just separated because of circumstances, you know, circumstances where, you know, somebody go to the other direction and you go a different direction. And then sometimes when you're in relationships and you break off, you don't realize how interesting or important that particular person was to you until they're not there anymore. So the thing about it is that there was a distance there and we lost communication. And I couldn't find her for years, for many, many years. I would say probably about 18 years. And I wrote the song, and the song basically speaks of this island girl. She was from the islands, and basically it speaks of one of those forbidden love type thing. Huh?
I hope so.
Yeah, man. She come from the island, come from from St. Vincent, and it was a powerful thing, you know. But as I said, you know, I think a lot of people have gone through situations like that where that love connection breaks up, and then you know everybody go their own way, and the next thing one person marries on the other one person marries on, and then whoop, it's gone. You know, it's too late. You know, so that's where that song was written. I wrote the song, and basically, if you listen
Well,
to the
what
words, you
happened is
can
that
get an
you
idea
grow,
of basically what was
yeah,
happening to the poor little young youth.
so what happens is that you grow up. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Because when you know your character, you know you're building your character during those times. So you know after sometimes you grow apart. You're not the same people after you finish school. And when school is a different thing, but when you come out, then you start to grow.
right. So
So
true. But the good thing about the boss is that you realize that the mistakes that you made, it was out of um, just being childish. You know, you didn't have the experience, it was
mhm,
immaturity caused that. And then you
mhm.
try to fix it, but it's a little bit too late, you know. So you just go back to the music and just write the words and just make it flow, you know.
Well, my parents said to me, "Darty, to forget the boys because by the time you get out of there and you go on work, those are not going to be the same
Yes, yes, yes.
the same people that you're going to want to associate."
That is true. That is true.
It just happens that way sometimes, you know, because some people meet people from high school. Yes, that's all good, but that reality is, you know, some people still are still together and stuff like that.
Yes,
You know, you
that is
just
true.
never know. At college and university, you just never know.
Yeah. Yeah, man, you know.
Yeah.
So that's life. That's life, you know.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. Island Girls.
Run the tune.
Yes.
You were new in town. All the guys would come around to see you, my baby island girl. 16 years old I was, counting on my blessings from above. When you turned and smiled at me, island girl. Your lips were always so sweet. My heart would skip a beat when we make love on the shores of oblivion. Yeah. Island girl, island girl, you look so sweet. Island girl, island girl, island girl. You knock me off my feet, island girl.
Well, I like that one too.
Yeah,
It,
man, a Dean Fraser that on sax, you know. Dean Fraser that on the sax, you know. Bad tune, bad tune.
and that can be relatable to anybody,
Yes, totally, 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 you know.
even though you know who it is. But
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
anybody that's not, you know, doesn't have anybody that can relate to anybody. So he's laughing because he's
Yeah,
smiling.
man.
I know you're
Yeah, man.
smiling because of something, right?
A reality. Reality that, you know.
All right. So tell us about this other one here. What's it called? Solomon.
Solamente una vez. Solamente una vez. This is one of those classical Mexican songs. Um,
Okay.
it actually was a ballad. But I decided to do it in a more like a little dancehall calypso feel to it because to really get into the Latin market. So I've done in all of my albums that I've done here in Mexico, I take traditional songs and give it a yard sound to it, a yard feel to it, and that's the only way you can actually introduce reggae to the Latin market because the Latin market them up there 110, 120 beats per minute, you know, and the reggae kind of in the back. So you have to really get in there and actually get it to get them involved. So there are two ways of doing that by speeding up the music and actually adding Spanish phrases in there. So this is a typical classic song. Um,
Okay.
it was actually the dancehall section is was done by a friend of mine named Jawiz. May he rest in peace. He passed on a few months ago. You know, great talented singer, Carol Wisdom. And he actually sang on this particular song. Yeah, and he did the backing voices. As a matter of fact, he worked with Shaggy for years. He was a backup singer for Shaggy for about 6 years. Went on tour with Shaggy. And then he started working with me, and he is the second voice on this particular song. Solamente una vez. Check it out.
All right, here we go.
This is Jawiz alongside KASS SMITH. I'm going to talk about this girl. Yeah. Yo, Cass, what a sweet girl, man. Yeah. Yo, watch this now. Solamente una vez. Ame la vida. You know, solamente una vez. Solamente nada más. Una vez nada más. En mi cuarto frío la esperanza. La esperanza que alumbra el camino de mi soledad. Una vez nada más. Una vez nada más. Se entrega el alma con la dulce total renunciación. Y cuando ese milagro me dice prodigio de amor, hay campanas de fiesta que cantan en el corazón. This is Joey's for the Latino beats. What did I say, Cass? Baby girl, I love you so I think you need to know. You're the beat of my heart, I never let you go. Never love like this before. And you should know that you're the one that I adore. Every day is gonna be a better day with you. You're the first of your kind, and baby, this is true. Come on, let me love you, God. Love you, girl. Se entrega el alma.
Woo!
It's bad.
You see, I wanted to wait till that part came in with the
It's bad, man. Anytime we do that thing on live show, a pure pull up, you know? Yeah, man, a bad tune.
I really like it. I really
thanks.
It's really good. It has that you can feel the culture, you can feel the whole, you just feel like you're right where you're at.
Yeah.
Wow. So I guess a lot of people must say, wow, you're singing in Spanish. And you said it was people must be shocked and you're Jamaican. Yes, I learned. And this is an example of someone who gets into the culture and learn the language.
Yes, so true. And it's one of the things I think as a respect to the Mexican people. Mexicans are very humble. And the first thing you have to do, apart from understanding the culture, is learning the language, out of respect. So my wife is Mexican. My kids were born here. I have 4 kids. And they're trilingual actually. They speak English, Spanish, and French. But for me, it is very important to respect the Mexican culture. They sing with me as well too. When I'm on vacation, I carry them with me on tour, But it is important.
Oh, you take them with you? So did he understand the patois too? When you
man, they understand patois. They must understand. What? Yeah, man. They understand patois. Yeah, man. They go to Jamaica with me, and then we just bring them back. We had that tour in Dubai and Thailand. About 3 months ago, and they went with me. So yeah, man.
Okay, so what more can we expect? Have you been approached for any acting or movies?
Well, I've done movies before, way back like in the late 80s. We did one with Max Priest. We did one called Scam with Christopher Walken. You can check it out on my bio. It's there. It was actually filmed in Jamaica. And another one, it was a theme called Going to Extremes. And the funniest thing about it, they called me after they Going to Extreme. I got a call from the manager, and he said, listen, there's another movie coming up and we have a part for you. It's a specific part for you. And you don't have to, the audition, them see you and them say, you have to go there. And I said, listen, I have a little problem. I have a confirmation to go to Mexico. At that time, I had gotten the confirmation to come to Mexico and to work. and my ticket was bought already, and I did not go for the audition. The audition was the Wednesday, and I left on the Saturday. And you know which movie it was?
Which one?
Cool Runnings.
Oh
Me
my
say it
God.
bun me, it bun me, it bun me when the movie come out. And the man say, yo, a Cool Runnings are going in. Yeah, man. Yeah. So that's how it go. That's how it go, you know. But Mexico has been good for me. As I said, I've been here for a very long time. Apart from the singing, I build holistic resorts in Mexico, and
Well, they
it's
try to make people afraid of Mexico a little bit, you know, with all the stuff, different things going on. But you live there, so
yeah, it's like, man, listen, it's an interesting perspective.
okay.
In terms of, I think it's very political when you're bleeding and you have so many people, you know, investing in Mexico and buying, and the Mexican government has, you know, changed the laws in such a way that Americans can, or Canadians can, buy property very easily in Mexico. You know,
Okay.
obviously, you know, there's a plan there. You know, I won't go into detail with that, but you
Right.
know, crime is a worldwide situation. Crime
Yes.
and the hate and the rage and the jealousy and the guilt and the crime
Mhm.
is as a result of us, you know, disconnecting to the essence of who we are. And it's a worldwide phenomenon. It's not only Mexico, it's not only Jamaica, it's not only anywhere else. You know, there are places in LA where me no go. We say, what? You must be mad, you know? So I think there's other places, you know, Mexico is very, very big, and there are safe havens here in Mexico as well too. So, you know, check it out. I think everybody has the opportunity to really look into the details and see, you know, what the reality is and see what the safe places are, you know. And
Okay.
you know, just check it out.
People, because he lives there. So
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Americans. I mean, there's a lot of Americans and Canadians coming to Mexico by the droves. You know, every single day,
okay.
living here and setting up house and stuff. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I've heard of that. So now you're talking to somebody that's actually there. So
Yes.
that's which is good. All right. So when do you have time for you do holistic classes? I'm trying to figure
Yes,
out when
yes,
do you
I
have
teach a lot. I teach a lot. I have several groups of people from all over the world who study with me. Um,
okay.
some of them have been, you know, very successful right now. One of them is actually a friend of mine. Is Teacher D. Teacher D is
Oh
actually,
yeah, I interviewed him.
yeah, man. A Teacher D, I'm a brethren. Teacher D studied with me for about 3 years. He's still studying with me. We did a song together called "Pushing You," that came on the
Okay.
top 10 worldwide charts, reggae charts. You know, as people might remember him, he did a song called "Rastafari Way," which was actually featured in the James Bond movie. So he's actually on this album. The song is called "Pushing You." Powerful tune, basically
Wow.
speaking of the hypocrisy of the systems and stuff. You know. So yeah, man. Teacher D is my bridge.
He was in Milan, Italy when I interviewed him. He had to go on the balcony because
Yeah.
the internet reception
Yeah.
was
Yeah, man. Yeah, Teacher D are my bridge in that bona fide brother that, you know. And
yeah.
he studied a lot with me in terms of understanding the illusion of this third dimensional space and reality, that is so-called reality, you know, and being able to use the laws to really move through that, you know. So yeah, powerful.
Okay. Yeah, because you have a busy schedule. I'm just saying, when do you do your coaching and all this other stuff? When do you have time?
Yeah. But constant, you know, it's a constant in my day. Usually I sleep for about 4 or 5 hours. Um,
Okay.
I've been doing that for years, and I'm very active. I'm very active. So basically, a lot of physical stuff, a lot of mental stuff. I'm just teaching a lot of the stuff I do with physical classes. People who
Mhm.
are there, or some of them I actually do with, you know, over the internet and stuff, you know, but mostly private stuff. But yes, because my thing kind of radical, you know. So
We wouldn't expect nothing less.
yeah, my thing kind of radical. People say, yeah, what my chat say? You know, so I said, they say, no, not really. You know, the fact that them tell you that you grew up with that don't mean it's actually true, you know. So, so that's
All
why.
right. So, are there any shout outs that you want to give to your people on your life journey?
Yeah, man. Basically, just connect to the essence of who you are. You know, go back to as much natural stuff as possible. I think there's a whole movement there to push us into a different space and for us to forget who we are. And
Okay.
sometimes it's in plain sight. So just look beyond the illusion, you know. I mean, I on this channel I can't go too much in detail, but can reach out to me personally and we can talk, you know. You can check out my Instagram channel, it's kass.smith.official. You can send stuff in there. We can speak a little bit more about that. I think there's a worldwide move right now for people to going back to natural stuff, you know, planting their own foods and being able to control what they put in their bodies, you know. And you have to control that. What you put in your body, what you put in your mind, and what you put into your energetical space. And once you do that, you're gonna wake up. You're gonna come out of the matrix and see certain things. So yeah, wake up, people.
Well, that's true, because when you go to the Caribbean, most people are eating foods from their garden, so, and things like that.
Totally, them pick off a tree, pick a jelly off of the tree. You don't have to know. Yeah, no conservatives and stuff. If you look at the properties of some of the stuff that we eat, you'll be shocked to know what is happening, man. What you're putting in your body, But as I say, wake up, people. Look at it and wake up.
All right. So people want to book you, just tell them again your social. If they want to book you, they want to talk to you privately.
Totally. Yeah. Facebook, KASS SMITH, KASS SMITH. I'm on Facebook. Instagram, you can check out everything in terms of Spotify. My music on Spotify is on Apple Music. And the Instagram is KASS.SMITH, SMITH.official. You can check out my Instagram page. It's all there. And we're pushing tours all over. There's a lot of stuff going on there. So let's check it out. And, more than grateful for the people who have been listening to my music, streaming music, sharing the music. There's one particular song on the album. The first song is called Be Still and Know. And that's something that them push for me when we're going to the church from wherever we're young. But people don't really understand what it is. They don't understand that it means going into silence to reconnect to the essence of God within you. And once you do that, you're going to wake up, So, there's a lot of things out there. Yeah.
You better hurry up and wake up.
Yeah, man, wake up, because I'm sure the white Jesus with the blue eye on the cross and thing, and that and I saw it go, and I saw it when go, So
no, everybody, people that know the real truth know that.
Yeah, man. So
all right, well, I encourage everybody, to follow KASS SMITH. Go look it up. He's there. He's doing a lot of stuff. He's bilingual. I'm pretty sure you guys, he's been on a lot of shows, but he can be on more.
Yeah, man. Reach out to me, please. I'd love to come to Toronto again. I performed there in 1985. Me kind of all in me. Yeah, man. Me all please. A long time ago. So, but yeah, man. So yeah, I'd love to do shows and stuff. I do a lot of charity stuff here in Mexico, and Colombia as well. We do a lot of stuff. We work with inner city kids. I have a program called Save an Angel, where I give scholarships to these kids and stuff. As you probably know, I'm a pilot as well. So we fly around.
You're a pilot?
Yes, I'm a commercial pilot. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we fly around.
Get a jet and fly over here.
Yeah, man, I love to. So I fly to my shows in Mexico and stuff and all over, And basically I have a program where we actually encourage kids to learn to fly. There's a association called the Flying Musicians. I'm the Mexico and Caribbean ambassador. So we look for students who like to learn to fly, who play a musical instrument, and I find a way of giving them scholarships. So you can reach out to me on that too, because we want to push the musicians and push the flying thing. So yeah, man.
Well, I'm pretty sure a lot of people with, a lot of students and different people want to learn how to fly.
Yeah.
Something that, that they, because I have a brother, he's a pilot too. So, it's quite an interesting way navigation. I went to one of the places here, and you're actually turning. Well, as a car, you drive with your feet, but that's how you turn.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a little bit of we tried the simulation one, but I didn't do too well.
It's very sensitive. I've been flying for 3 decades now, and yes, I got my license. I think it was 1993, and it's interesting. My kids fly with me. I fly with my family a lot, and with my musicians, I fly with my band to shows as well too. So yeah, man.
Everybody get in.
Yeah, man, go and pack up your thing and just go fly and just do the next show. So you know what had happened? Yeah, it was a little bit complicated. I remember playing with Puerto Vallarta and then doing Los Cabos, and there were no direct flights. So I would have to go to Mexico City and then come back, and you miss the sound check and stuff. So one of the ways is to fly privately, and I do that a lot here in Mexico as well too.
So you just rent your own jet then, or you?
I own my own aircraft, so
What?
yeah. So.
Okay, people, there's no excuse now. He can get here to Toronto.
Yeah. So they have to pay for the gas, though, you know, please.
You have to pay.
Yeah, man. So yeah.
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 I don't think
No,
the
it's not
gas
a jet. It's a 421. It's a yeah, man. It's a twin engine 421 pressurized twin. So that holds me and my musicians, and we move around to
and your
shows as well.
instruments and of course your luggage.
Hello, it's free. Okay,
Yes, it's okay.
come again.
I said it holds all your the musicians and all your luggage and stuff
Go ahead.
in the plane.
Yeah, man. We travel light, We travel light. Basically, what we do is that when we perform, we just take like the basic instruments, guitars and keyboards, but everything else like speakers and stuff, all the back line is provided in that space, So we go in and that's what we do. So yeah, man. We take music serious. And as I said, it's pushing reggae music in Mexico requires not only being able to be mobile, but at the same time being able to understand the culture, understand the language, and just being able to to transmit this. So that's my little thing, to be the Jamaican ambassador, the reggae ambassador in Latin America. As I said, I think it's a very good market, but at the same time, so people still are listening to the old D Brown songs and the old Bob Marley songs. That's what moved them. So they're really into the Sentis type music, and most of the new artists out there right now, they never heard of them. Never heard of them. So that's where the market is right now, to be able to do that, and they're really focusing on the roots reggae. So that's my aim right now, to get back to the roots of where it's all started, but at the same time give it a little modern spin to it. So that's what we're doing.
All right. Well, you got to come back when you get your song. Please come back, because people want to see you again.
All right, yeah, man. I'd love to check out the video. There's a tune called "Room in My Father's House." It was written by Mikey Bennett. He's one of the promoters on the song. There's several out there. There's "Ay Cosita Linda." That's a big one. That's a big song, big hit. It's a Spanish tune that I recorded about 9 months ago, and it was recorded in one of those really, really marginalized communities in Colombia, in Cali, Colombia. Really, really ghetto type stuff. And the purpose of that is to really help those youths to find a way of coming out of the poverty and the mental strain and stress. So that's another song out there. Ay Cosita Linda. Check it out on YouTube. Bad tune too.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on today, Kass Smith. I'm telling you, we've learned so much about you. I know got people a little shocked with that AirPod. You fly.
Yeah. I never went to understand, but yeah, man. I love that.
All right, so he can get to you.
Yeah, man. Anytime they have shows, I'm looking for festivals.
You just have to pay for the gas.
Yeah, man. We do that. All right.
Because gas is expensive.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody, I do want to thank the viewers tonight for tuning in here with Kass and myself. Follow him, support him, go out there, street, buy the music, because that's what helps gets them on the charts.
Thank you, please. Thank you.
But people don't get it. So, I have to keep enforcing it, buy the music, the stream, so that they can get there and, get the music out. He's doing a lot of good things for people, for, giving away scholarships. So you could reach out to him for all that. So anyways, good night and bye for now.
Peace and love.